Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we are going to be working on Wadanohara and the Great Blue Sea RPG, otherwise known as Project Deep Sea, and the Endless Voyages Redux. Now, last time we left off on, I said, oh, I'm going to fix up mental stress and trauma and breakdowns, and the thing is, I did not. So we're going to finish that up today. I have the idea, I changed it up. I looked it over the weekend, and every time I looked at it, I'm like, something is wrong here. I'm going to do it later. Something is wrong here. I'm going to do it later. And I just never got around to doing it until now, and I fell asleep earlier today, hence why it's a little bit late. Because my shoulder's fucked, and it hurts like hell. But don't worry. So, I already fixed a little bit. Pretty much the idea is I'm changing up how trauma works. Because the method we did last time was good on paper, however, there was a lot of little bits and pieces to it, and it was taken wholesale from Ad Ava, which is a game about having mental breakdowns. This game is not really all about that, so some of the mechanics didn't work for it. So what I'm doing is pretty much 10 stress equals 1 trauma. 10 trauma. Actually, what I could probably add 10. Let's do 10 trauma equals 1 breakdown. And the major idea is that you're going to build stress pretty easily. You're going to build trauma pretty easily. You're slowly increasing that as you, as effectively as you march along. And trauma is going to be having to tie to dispositions. I'm probably just going to hammer that out tonight. I could do that pretty easy. And one of the ideas is that when you suffer a breakdown, pretty much you're going to gain trauma and you're going to also gain the breakdown. It's going to be kind of a role play thing, but once you hit 10 trauma, you break down, in which your character does something really stupid. That's kind of like a method for them to vent that that rage and that that feeling they've bottled up for so long. So, anytime trauma is triggered, okay. We are toward the world. Anytime the trauma is triggered. Actually, what I can do, anytime the trauma is triggered, they gain a flat bonus to their current roll, to any rolls. Rolls to escape or get away from the trauma, from the event that's causing them distress. However, if the character chooses to persevere, they take their trauma as a penalty to all rolls. So I think that would be a little bit better than like the re-rolling system I originally had idea, just a flat number of like, yeah, you have 3 trauma and you are an adventurer. You want to get away from, pretty much the more trauma you have, you want to get away from things that are like locking you down. You're like, nope, I'm leaving now. But however, as characters choose to persevere, they take their trauma as penalty to all rolls until it is cleared. They are safe. Final piece is mental breakdown with the character. Let's see. My character accumulates 10 trauma. They suffer a complete breakdown. They will shut down and attempt to. They will shut down and be moldable by those around them. If they are left alone, they will instead pursue their dispositions breakdown. They are unable to. They will forcibly switch to a new disposition. To a new random disposition. Okay, so traumas. Change of disposition, empath to daredevil. The alternate endings. Unknown compatriots traumas breaking. For example, the Red Sea Witch ending has her suffering from a breakdown. It's now taking advantage of her to change the relationship entirely, as well as her disposition. The Blue Witch ending has her following through an empathetic disposition, sacrifice yourself for everyone. Effectively, your trauma forces you to act in a method that has ultimately hurt you and those around you, or left to be the to the manipulation of others. So, what we need to do now is enter trauma. Wandering thoughts. Adventure breakdown. Have them leave. They'll steal away night and go on their own, possibly suicidal adventure. Architect trauma. Meticulous planning. And solitary thoughts. They're forced to adapt or anything similar. Then they're suffering. Architect breakdowns. Has the architect enter a catatonic state where the only plan is to do nothing. That's all that makes sense. I said I was going to need to flesh this out, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flesh it out. But others are just fine. System breakdowns. Want to express themselves as themselves completely into pseudo servitude. Another commander has them forcefully you. Enemies console. Console trauma. Console trauma. Mission of trying too hard to help, which comes off as a needy attempt to feel good about themselves. Console breakdowns has them entirely reject others. If they don't want help, then they don't deserve it. They don't deserve any help. Daredevil is shown as their own complete disregard for their own safety and the safety of others. Safe plans don't work. Daredevil trauma, Daredevil breakdowns is a next to suicidal attempt to martyr themselves or put themselves in extreme danger for little gain. Debater trauma shown by blustering, focusing on poorly thought out arguments, poor arguments, and even worse, fallacies. Debater breakdowns are demonstrated by a complete disregard. How do I want to do a debater? Debater is a curious soul who cannot resist an intellectual challenge. What would they... Okay, actually... Yeah, catatonic. The state of wrapped up in their own mind, absent-minded to the threats around them. Defender trauma. as them act sacrificial and dangerous to themselves to protect others. Fender breakdowns is their own suicidal attempt to die protecting something. Empath, alright. Empath trauma. The thing is, I view Wadanohara herself as an empath disposition. That's what the empath disposition is modeled off of. God, there's so fucking many of them. We're probably gonna have to do something like this easy. Okay, let's actually put all these in so I don't want to think about them. Princess Umomi, please be where you're supposed to be. Or be Queen Umomi. But this is also anime land where there are no such thing as queens. Yes. Remember, kids, if you can have a princess instead of a queen, we're getting the princess, because everyone likes princesses. Without they are a crutch without a person to support. Empath breakdowns. Have the M has the carrot themselves 110% into a problem, trying to solve it the only way they can't, trying to solve it any possible method, in any possible method. Possibly method. Come on, Notepad. You can do this. You're tired, not dying. Joker trauma is best described as trying too hard to be funny or enjoyable to be around. Joker breakdowns have are best understood as a complete disassociation from the current state of affairs to a dreamlike perception of it. So the Joker idea behind is mostly morning salmon. The Joker idea is mostly in the idea of like, okay, you're the enthusiastic person. You're never boring. You'll make things happy. You try to lift everyone's spirit up. The more trauma you gain as a Joker, the more you're trying really hard. You're popping jokes when you really shouldn't, and you're doing stupid shit like that because you are trying really hard. While your breakdown is like You know what? This is funny. This is everything about this current situation is hilarious. I'm laughing right now because, and even though one of my friends is bleeding on the ground, I'm halfway to death myself, and everything has gone to hell. But it's hilarious. It's hysterical because everything is going so wrong. So you just completely disassociated yourself from the current, moment in time, which is not good if are in a stressful situation. Like how you got to there. Okay. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more of these damn things do. Then we can move on to fixing magic. Once magic is fixed, we're good. We're making good time. Logician trauma is a relentless pursuit. So this should break down. I'll learn new facts, so they want to discover things. Away from society. Until they find something to obsess over. Magicians are kind of scary when they break down because they're pretty much becoming, they've entered a fey mood. About the same amount of possibilities behind there of entering a fey mood does. Let's see. Mediator trauma is to be the other and a struggle to make things work that may not. Mediator breakdowns for them their own inner hatreds and cutting off contact with others. Oma has them go quiet. More and more think to themselves more than actual with others. Mystic breakdowns will have them enter their own pseudo-exile and suffer their own consequences. Yeah, mystics are the kind of people who will punish themselves for doing something that everyone wanted them to do. Protagonist trauma. Justly shown to play the hero and get themselves or others in danger. As the bastardize their own quest. Either sacrifice others for the greater good, or even themselves. Let's see, mediator. Yeah, pretty much. But you know, if your logician is at that point, this like breaking down, this has been building for a while because it's 10 stress equals 1 trauma, and you need 10 trauma to suffer a breakdown. I tried to use the Adeptus Evangelion method, and that it worked. I like the idea behind it, but in this game needed more meat behind it, unfortunately, to make that work. So I kind of adopted it a little bit, remixed some bits and pieces for it. Yeah, like logicians, like if they break down, they're the kind of person who will like lock themselves in a room and like start building gunpla. Like, oh, you've been just building stuff for the past week. Do you want to come out and like eat? I'm like, no. Like, oh, all right. That's cool. Quartermaster. Uh, develops over time. Meticulous. Meticulous in anal detail. Actually, anal is a terrible word. Meticulous detail toward little things, numbers. Angered by people not caring. Quartermaster breakdowns are shown simply as them not caring anymore about anything or anyone. Virtuoso. Drama is the quiet desire to build and be alone for a time. They want to help, but mostly themselves. Virtuoso breakdowns as them enter a mood, throwing themselves at a project or other ill-fated attempt to save others. To impress, actually I should say to impress others. Because they don't really give a shit about helping them at that point. Am I going to have enough? I'm going to have just enough fucking room for Virtuoso. Oh god. Alright. This is very close, but we did get everything in there. Also, I did add Queen Roger for the abilities, because Queen Roger is truly best girl. Yep, pretty much. It's the I want to learn. Like, the Logician's entire thing is like, I want to learn things. I want to invent things. I want to, theory. I want to, hunt for knowledge. When they sequester themselves away, it's just like, don't worry, guys. I've learned how to speak Greek today. I'm like, why? Because I want to learn to speak Greek now. Every team actually, should they amass enough trauma? Should they enough must to stress to gain trauma? A new random disposition. Okay, everything works here. Finally, we can move on to something else entirely, otherwise known as magic. So, let's see. Magic is used by entirely various degrees. Neutral energy, when access to a domain, they may allow flavor their spells around the domain. However, domain has two applications. Ooh, the domain also has two out. They are considered proficient and reduce the mana cost by 5. Each domain is ranked from 1 to 5. Domain level. Actually, we could do is they start with one in a domain. They don't have 0. One of familiars, magical. I should say magical familiars. Magical familiars start with 1 in the domain, as they do not possess natural magic. Players 3 in their chosen domain. Familiar or other magician use neutral force equal to their highest domain. Always employ her domain. Okay. This is the painful part. This is fun, right? This is the part where I get to lose my goddamn mind. Let's see. Necessary deep sea use system custom spells for character wishes as long as I have necessary MP. Not cost mana. I add the first application. Every subsequent application costs an additional 5 mana to add. Still a buff. Trunk rate. Okay, potency. Alright, let's fix the wording here. For example, a 46 spell. For example, 4d6 spell costs. Now let's do how much is 4? It's 9. 9 plus. Then actually wait, 4 is 6 plus 6 equal 15. 15 mana to cast. If the caster were to change the amount of dice by 1, it would cost 5, 12, it'd be 3 more, cost 18 mana. As it would be 12 plus 6 equal 18. Actually, it's 15. Actually, costs 15 mana. 15 mana to cast. 9 mana for the 4 dice. And 6. Actually, what is on? D6, S6. 6 plus 9. Yeah, 15. Okay. And 6 for the D6s to roll. And 6 mana for the D6s to roll. I don't know why I wrote it the original way I did. That was really it was ugh. It was just kind of bleh. Cracks here. Oh, crack. I don't like it when things go crickety crack. Alright, so creating further away the spell, more mana it takes to actually employ. More mana it takes to actually move it. Range distance from caster 0. Okay, now we get to do with radius. Yay. Point of the spell. There are two methods of radius, radiating and aimed. Radiating goes all around the area, while aimed is directly targeted in a specific direction. Radiating is cheaper overall, but can affect allies and enemies the same way, while aimed is more expensive to hopefully avoid friendly fire. Okay, so distance from impact, 0 SD, 0, 0. Want to move 1 SD in every direction costs 2, in one direction costs 3. 2, 4, 6. So this looks like it's 3, 6, 12, 15, 18, 21. Well, this is just 4. This is going up by 2, which isn't great, but it works. I almost want to cut this. I think this might help if I delete those 2 rows. Move Toho Fox grill up a little bit so it can radiate up to 5 SD away. I think that to reduce the cost, what I can do now is I want to do a footnote. Okay, need to shrink down the Toho pictures. Because remember, I'm a proud member of TG, otherwise known as Toho Games. Which, weirdly enough, there's only, like... There's actually a Toho RPG, which is very odd. A very odd game. It's, Yugasagi Flowers or something like that. It's like, oh, you put in the literal bullet hell system from Toho? What? How'd you put in a bullet hole system in a game, in a tabletop game? But they managed to. Let's see. So, for example, enemy. I want it to rocket forward. Actually, I want it to move behind him. Behind him, 3 SD. I would need to spend 3 SD, 9 mana, because it's aimed, and 3 SD. Yeah, that's really it. It seems really confusing, and what I might do is I might yell at the consortium after this to be like, here you go, please, I want you to make some spells. That's all I want you to do. I want you to make spells. Do any domain or anything like that you want. Just do things. I want to see if this works as intended. Duration. Expand a bit, understand a bit more. So duration affects how long spell effects last after it's been cast. Longer spells require more mana. Cheaper than recasting same spell multiple times. So the countdown. starts from the starts at the end of the character's turn. So 0 rounds. So this is instant. This is all that happens. It's going to last 1 round after, 2 rounds after, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, and then 6+ rounds. You kind of see it already. It's actually, I could probably cut 6+. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut that. Some delivery method. Actually, a character outside of the delivery. Actually, a character who is unable to use for its uses. They are unable to touch. They cannot use it. Actually, character who is unable outside of the delivery cannot cast the spell successfully. What am I even trying to say here? What notepad from months ago? What were you thinking? What mystic words were you drinking? Because obviously I was drinking fucking something. Jesus. Maybe cut this word entirely. Must be cut that line entirely, and then, touch, cast, detonation. Cast or the other characters may detonate the spell at will. I think I'm gonna keep. Actually, what I can do is do it something like -3035, something like that. With the idea being that if you're touching someone, it's different, so it allows people who are a little bit friendlier to use the touch ability. But if you want to touch someone with like an explosive ability, that's going to be a lot harder. But the delivery method is a little bit different, and it also encourages people to use cast a little bit more actively. That means since the range is earlier, it's like, all right, I'm going to choose my range, but it's like, okay, I just need to touch someone for it. Obviously, I'm going to be selecting 0, and I get a little bit of a discount on it. All right. Intricacy. All right, this is the big problem, child. Additional steps. Like, this was because I was noticing the numbers were getting a little bit out of check, so I needed to just fix things up. So let's think. Intricacy of the spell allows. Maybe do like a. I think this is it's weird because this isn't like a 2-step. This is like a 2-area thing. Because on one hand, it's how long is it going to take you to cast the spell, and on the other, it's how complex do you want to make it. More complexity means. Actually, what we can do is something like time to cast. Some spells. Slowly and steadily perfect the various wait. Notepad document, please. Okay. Some spells require the caster slowly and steadily perfect the very bits and pieces of the spell to successfully cast it. The longer it takes for a caster to use the spell, often the less taxing it is on their system. And then we can do time to cast chart, which what we're going to do here is, because intricacy is going to get changed. Intricacy in itself is going to get changed. So we're going to do time to cast here. And then we're going to Control X. Time to cast rounds. One, so pretty much costs one action. 2, 3, 4, 5. Why are you all Aerial 10 all of a sudden? We are a Roboto 12 family here. Thank you very much. And we're going to please get smaller. Time to cast time. Minutes, hours, days, weeks, months. So, let me see, actually, I'm going to put a footnote right here. Insert footnote. This is for out of combat spells, effects. So, an unskilled individual may not want to expend. Actually, well, this is for out of combat spells. When the adrenaline in the body isn't kicking in as fast. So we're going to say 15 minutes. Actually, minutes. Hour to 2 hour. 1 to 2 hours. We want to do 6 to 8 hours. 1 to 2 days. 1 to 2 weeks. That means we can also change intricacy a little bit to what it should be of the spell. caster. Augment the bonus to their, quickly augment this bonus to their spell by increasing various layers and magical abilities in a more succinct, if taxing manner. And what we can do now, we're going to select you, pasta. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Come on. Throw this to spell roll. Mana cost. There we go. Fix that up a bit. Okay, bonus to spell roll. 0. Do we do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? Yeah, let's do. We want big money, big numbers, big money moves, baby. Money moves. That's what the people want. 0, obviously, we're going to say. 4. Increase it by. Actually, yeah, we'll just double it. So. Yeah, no, the thing is, like, if you're doing a big, like, spell like that, this is for out-of-combat stuff. Like, I'm not going to expect you to be like, yes, of course, time to prepare my fireball. Like, no. You're doing fireball, you're doing rounds. You're doing the time to cast in rounds. This is for, I want to, like, cast the miracle song to save, I don't know, save Lelouch or something. I don't fucking know. I'm not... It's always bad because they never actually address that with some, like, with spells in, like, any game, really. It's just like, yeah, no, this is just a thing that occurs. Don't question it too hard. Being like, yeah, no, it's of course, it's completely normal that this, you know, everyone just kind of casts magic and you then have cutscene magic where it's like, yes, obviously, this is happening just here now, I guess. Yes, do not question it. You're like, bitch, that took up half my MP gauge casting that. Complexity. Once the spell has been successful, may make a speed check to successfully cast a spell. This is referred to as complexity, which raises the MP. Target number to cast 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I might actually drop complexity, but we need a method to actually determine what it's. MP spent on spell. Let's reduce the mana cost here to flat bonuses. Pretty much spend it to get it. And then we can keep this. And keep this system in check. Do I bump it up maybe? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60? No, then everything's gonna be fucking 10, 10. we do it by 5. Like, 5s is the current one, but then the mana gets a little bit wonky later on. So let's... So what I'm going to do... I'm going to need to make... I need to make some new spells, but I think I'm going to have other people make the spells for me, just because I want to see it in my own... I want to see them use it. That's the thing. How much... Let's go back up a little bit. We need to check on power of magic. 5 times speed, so let's say you have 3 speed. So 15, 30, you have 35 magic right off the bat. Like, that's 35 magic we'll call to be average. So yeah, you maybe... You know what I can... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in a rote system. So yeah, there we go. Rote spells. Character experienced magic. Spells they feel exceedingly comfortable. Comfortable casting, using. These are considered their rote spells. Learned through constant repetition. Constant repetition. Repetition and training. At character creation, the witch has 2 rote spells learned, while familiars have none. Actually, should we tie it to... yeah, let's tie it to their education level, actually. Yeah, so it's going to be the witch has EDU plus 2 rotes, while familiars have EDU rotes if they are magical. So fundamentally speaking, looks like people are gonna... Here. People are pinging me that they want me to watch a movie. So, here, let's... Let's keep pinging Notepad. Let's endlessly ping Notepad to see if he wants to watch a movie, even though it's clearly showing that I'm streaming right now. Let's see. Character creation, which has plus 2 rotes. Familiar has EDU rotes. They are magical. A character. When chosen, a rote costs 10 less mana to cast, and is considered... Actually, it's 10 less mana. Just go down to here. Minimum, that's going to be a complexity 0 to cast, which is a bad idea. I have a strange feeling that's going to be a bad idea. A rote. Actually, you know, rote costs 10 less mana. Fuck it. Fuck it, let's see. Because if we go down here to some of our old sample spells, like Gold rank 3, Protect Self, Potency D6, Range 0, Radius 0, Duration 4, Intricacy -3. It would cost 15 mana. This would now be 5 mana at target number. It would be 0. It would be free to cast this effectively, but that is a spell that the character is going to be using. That's a consistent spell. Fire rank 4, damage potency 2d4. That range 3, duration 2, cast 2, intricacy 8 MP, and that would be 5. So that's a consistent spell that they're going to be using. Yeah, alright. Actually, I almost want to do this then. You know, EDU -2 roads and then EDU roads. Road costs 10 less. It's 10 less mana to cast. But cannot be edited. Once learned. Once noted down. Or the full cost of the spell will come out. Or the caster will pay the full cost. Okay, or it's gonna be bought for EXP. EXP or in be bought for milestones, or if the character is taught a very specific spell by someone accomplished in that field. There we go. Wrote spells. So what we're going to do, heading 3, right? Because this should mitigate some of the complexity issues, because you're not going to be casting every single one of your damn spells constantly. It's going to be a handful of spells that you're going to be using consistently. All right. Oh, geez. Oh, geez, Rick. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Let's see. More weapons. That's going to be a thing that this needs to get done. Else really needs to get done. Journeys. Oh god, journeys. This is going to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but actually, let's see, how far have we? We're an hour 10 in. Alright, here's the plan. I'm gonna call it here, however, on Wednesday, I will probably do a Notepad Must Die. We're gonna rip through combat, we're going to rip through all the weapons, and we're gonna rip through obstacles and puzzles. We're going to just rip through every single fucking thing we can on Wednesday. We're going to try to wrap it up then. I know I could probably do more here, but like I'm already kind of beat and it's late. So, yeah, okay. But we did get some bits of this done, which we made to including fixing up the magic system. And I wanted to fix up the magic system. That was what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on techniques. Today, I'm going to work on the rest of tonight and tomorrow. I'm going to try to get techniques done by Wednesday. When techniques are done on Wednesday, we'll wrap everything else up. All right. Okay, we're still on track. We're still on track. Not perfect, but it works. So thank you all for watching. Godspeed, good luck. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Goodbye.